Look into the camera, please, and let comics know why they should be listening to this.
You should be listening to the Hot Breath podcast because, number one, the host is very informative and asks good, pertinent questions because you can learn something if you shut the fuck up and watch for a minute with your ADD millennial asses. And because I'm on here and we're trying to keep it 100, and he had the foresight to come and interview me, and I'm just trying to keep it real and help you. Auntie don't mean no harm, but if you suck, like, get out the way, please.
Luenell, thanks for being on Hot Breath.
Just saying.
Just saying, if you suck, get out the way.
Yeah, come on, go get a job.
Awesome. Great interview. Thank you, Luenell.
I'm real encouraging to the kiddies, right? I mean, fuck out of the way, loser. You're a fucking loser.
I mean, they're clogging up the mics, you know? I mean, they're kind of clogging it up. Hot breath. Hey, we're not aiming for the middle here.
Okay, now don't aim for the
Let me powder my nose.
You powder my nose. Yeah, it's video too. Yeah, we've got it both. Yeah. No, you're great. You're great right there, actually. Mm-hmm.
Is this enough light, though? I think you could invest in a light in the future.
Yeah, I turned the ISO up on it, but definitely that's going to be next. But you know, we're in the mud right now.
I don't know. You sound pretty fucking popular.
Hot breath. So I interview a bunch of different comics about the craft and their journey, and I really want this to be like Inside the Actor Studio, but for comedians.
Because nobody never asked us fucking shit. They don't care. No, nobody cares.
But what's amazing, what I've learned is that people actually, going into the weeds on comedy, people actually are gravitating towards it. They want to hear, like, oh, how'd you develop that joke, and how'd you get confidence on stage, and like, oh, wait, you were incarcerated, but then you shot a movie in the jail that you were in, like that kind of crazy stuff.
Are we rolling now?
We are rolling.
Okay.
We are official.
All right.
Hey. So even just watching you, just to dive in here for...
Shall I get an introduction?
Would you like to do the introduction?
I would like you to introduce me.
Okay. All right, Hot Breath-averse. We are back with another Hot Breath-isode here. A comic of the people we have on the show today.
I like
Not only is she started from the bottom, now she's here.
Now I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle now?
Yeah.
You call this the
Started
middle?
from the bottom, now I'm in the middle. Yeah.
Well, this is a comedian we can all learn from, just her hustle, her overall perseverance, her approach to comedy also in terms of focusing on it as a craft.
Can they see me? Am I blending into the wall?
I think, can you see them?
Can you see me, everybody? I look like a little ant.
We can get it in here. My seat's higher than yours, too. So
Well, you just come on down to my level. That's what most people do.
How about that?
Come on down to my level. See, bum. Shh.
I will go to whatever level you're at, because that's...
I'm right here in the middle.
How about that?
Baby, you just meet me in the middle. Okay, I'm ready.
So she uses her theater background to be an actual performer on stage and not someone who just tries to pass by on attitude. So you want to learn from this interview just how you can use this craft not only from a business sense, but also to hone it and take it seriously and not just try to come up on a sweet lick, as we say.
Love it.
So I introduce to you, Hot Breath-averse, the one and only Luenell, everyone. Give it up for Luenell.
Thank you. No, everybody sit down, please. Sit down. Oh, my gosh.
Even speaking of sitting down, I've watched you the past 2 nights, standing ovation every single time.
Thank you.
Why do you think that is? What are you doing to evoke a standing ovation from these people?
Well, besides the fact that I have fans that have been riding with me, like Nipsey would say, for many years, but I think that there is a refreshing quality to a comedian who is not buckling under the pressure of being politically correct, who is calling it what it is, who is saying what everybody is thinking and what we're feeling. Being a female comic, I don't want to ever alienate guys. I like guys to come see me too. But they need to hear what the women are saying in a way. You know, it's like when your mom tells you something, but you won't listen. But your aunt tells you the same thing your mom did, and you'll listen to her. So they'll listen to me. And I'm just here to help. And for speak for the chicks, speak for fat chicks, speak for older chicks, speak for mothers, speak for lovers, speak for all that. And I'm just refreshing as a motherfucker.
And you've been in this game like 30 years. How long, because we all, as comedians, I've been doing comedy a little over 9 years now. And we all want to have that voice. We all want to have that confidence. But how long into the game did it take you before you were like, oh, I actually have the confidence on stage to just tell it as it is and not try to like hide behind like cleverness?
I've always been this way for the entire 30 years.
Oh,
because of my theater background. I never really had stage fright. And when I do comedy, it's like a purging for me. Like, if I don't do it, I surely land back in jail, for slapping the shit out of somebody or slapping somebody. Is this okay to speak my
Yes, say what you want.
verse here?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't want to offend anyone. And so it's very meditative for me. I think that I'm being the eighth of 8 children. I really didn't have a voice or anybody to listen to me very much. And this way, it's not even a democracy. It's a total dictatorship. It's what I say for a fucking hour, and I get to voice my opinion. I get to talk to somebody too. So as I told the audience, this is therapeutic for me to do it for them as it is for them to get it from me.
And your timing, though, you're just in no hurry up there. You're almost just breathing through your jokes. You're like, I'm gonna say these things on my time. You'll wait for me. Is there a power in the silence? Is that what you have found to be able to draw the audience to you? Because what I found in watching you is you can get them up, but you can be like, hold on, let me tell you this, and then they just go back to zero. If you say listen up, they all just settle right back down. So how are you able to almost like hypnotize them in a sense to where you just manipulate the audience on your every word?
Well, I think respect plays a lot
Respect, okay.
in it. If they respect you, they'll want to hear what you have to say. Even though I understand people are drinking, people are celebrating, people are partying, people are, high-fiving, making dope deals, hooking up on Grindr, all that shit during my show. All that's going on, But when you have something to say, if you can take a bunch of loud, drunk people and then you can whisper like this and make them all go, that is because they want to hear what you have to say because you are saying something. If you're talking nonsense and it's not hitting and relating into the souls of people, you're going to lose them. But the shit I say hits them somewhere because I'm talking about real shit. You know what I mean? I'm talking about shit that is colorless. I'm talking about kids in college. I'm talking about sex. It's colorless. That's why in my audiences you can have a Trump supporter with a Confederate flag T-shirt sitting next to a Mexican, sitting next to a white transgender, sitting next to a Rastafarian, like on a cruise ship. And that's what I want because my comedy is for everybody.
That's what I've noticed in doing comedy is I'm here in Atlanta, and I started out in primarily like urban rooms, like where I'm the only white guy in like the zip code because that's where I could get booked. And I have noticed that comedy is somewhat segregated.
Yeah, comedy is absolutely segregated, and we like it that way because people want to. Nobody, like if you have Aziz, as a headliner, and all the Persians or whatever want to come see Aziz, they don't want to sit through 2 white or very offensive black hacks to get to the headliner. They want to hear what they want to hear and what they can relate to. That's why you would have Persian night or Latin night or gay night or chocolate Thursday or, Mexican Monday or whatever like that. It's segregated so that you can hear shit that relates to you. But if you're a comedy fan and connoisseur and a student, you listen to all of it. I don't stay in black rooms ever. I just did an all-white room at the Comedy Store because I have a special that's on Showtime right now called Funny Women of a Certain Age, and they do a traveling thing. And I just did all-white audience at the Comedy Store, and I, wasn't worried about a thing because what I'm talking about is transracial.
Because it's real.
Yeah.
Okay. So young comics, maybe a big mistake they're making is they're just not being real.
They're trying too hard. They're trying to find out who they are. They're joke stealing. They can't even punch it up good. They don't know. See, I'm also have a Bachelor of Arts degree in English literature, so I know how to weave a story. I know what a segue is. Nobody's teaching them because they think they know every goddamn thing. So you can't teach them because they know every fucking thing. So we don't normally fuck with the young ones because they don't want any of our advice. And if I don't want to give advice and you don't take it, if I give you advice, you should probably take it. Because I can get paid for giving fucking advice. So it's just that they don't, they're not studying the craft. They don't know who the old comics are. They don't give a fuck. They don't know about technique of stand-up. I know kids that are going out doing sets that don't even know to move the microphone to the back.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck is that? Like, where did you learn this shit? And then you want to be paid. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've heard you say you're thinking about starting like almost like making it a business to where you can mentor comedians and help them along.
No, fuck them. I'm not thinking about doing that at all. You know. No, I'm not. That's a lie. Have you heard that? That's a lie.
I thought I heard you say that in a recent interview.
No, I said
with
I have a
Improv.
late night mentorship program for young gentlemen between the ages of 27 and 46.
That's where all that gristle went, though.
Yeah, it is. It's an issue.
What
I'm
are some
working on
other major mistakes you're seeing comedians make, or what's other advice you can share with comics?
I don't understand comics coming to do their set and not staying to watch the other comic. They want to do 3 rooms in a night, but if you're not learning anything, you're just spinning your wheels doing 3 fucking rooms, wasting time. Like, watch. Don't you want to be a headliner one day? So why don't you watch and see what the headliner's doing? Why don't you see how they work the crowd, what they do, and watch that same person if you like them over and over again. And study. They don't study anything. You can't learn comedy on Instagram, motherfuckers, no matter what people tell you, baby. Shit.
You don't like these Instagram comedians?
No, I think they have a lane for sure.
Yes.
Some of them are very talented, and I think they can be great actors, but not comics. You can call them Instagram celebrity, Instagram entertainer, Instagram sensation, but not an Instagram comic because you ain't one because you can't be one.
So another thing comics struggle.
Unless you actually go out and pursue it and love it.
Exactly.
And if you do that, then you can cross over from being a hack into being a professional.
That's what some of the best advice I've ever gotten is just to live on stage.
Yeah, I don't write anything down. Maybe now and then I might write bullet points, but something might happen on the way here, and I'm going to talk about it there, and that's in my act. I don't go work out. I work it out like right now. You know what I mean?
And another thing, not only your performance, but your business side of comedy is something that you, I think, have a lot of good lessons for comics because you're moving beyond just stand-up. You're making a lot of different moves. So what are some business tips you have for comics?
Well, learn how to do your taxes immediately.
Yeah, don't be
immediately.
Don't be extorting from the banks
Don't
or whatever you were
claim
doing.
exempt. Shit like that. Somebody ought to tell them, though. And if you get the opportunity to join SAG, do. Because comedy has no union. You will never have health care doing comedy. You will never have dental or eye care doing comedy. You will be a broke motherfucker with a hospital bill if you just rely on comedy. You must, unfortunately, cross over into acting so you can get some benefit, which is fucked because comedy is one of the only entertainment genres that doesn't have a union. And the comedy clubs don't want you to have a union. They don't want to pay health care for us. Give a fuck about us. They always have. I remember back in the day hearing about the stance that they were going to take at the Comedy Store against Mitzi Shore.
Right.
And, it's fucking Letterman and all of them. Like, we need to get paid. And she was like, fuck you. Not a goddamn dime. There's people lined up down this street that want to do what the fuck you do. You get the fuck out of here and let the next motherfuckers come in. But you get stage time and you can be discovered. And that's what she held. And they still don't pay shit at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, and there's almost tiers. It's almost like in comedy, it's either you don't have it or you've got it. There's no real middle ground in terms of just like the pay. It's still...
Well, I don't know. I'm sort of middle ground because I don't have it.
Oh, you don't
But I look like I got it. I don't have it, How can you have it? You didn't have it? I live 2 blocks from the Marathon store. You fucking kidding me?
You just bought a snake ring yesterday, though. I didn't know you out there.
My priorities
flexing.
are all fucked up. I had a coupon.
I had a coupon.
I had a coupon.
But you were also able to pay your daughter through school. Like you were able
That's
to
true.
without financial aid.
That's
so.
true.
That's a success
That's
as a
true.
comedian.
She don't even know the gift that she's got of not having financial aid debt.
Mm-hmm.
She don't even know she about to fuck up that Forever 21 card, but she don't know. She don't know about the other shit. Right.
What are other like business mistakes you're seeing comics make, or how? Because even me, like I'm 9 years in, and I've been focusing really hard on getting good at comedy, which it's a lifelong journey. I'm by no means saying I've mastered it in the least, but I can competently stand on stage at least.
Where?
I perform here I host a Wednesday here. I perform multiple times a week, and I'm now in the comedy zones.
That many spots? Like you live here, and so there's like spots to hit. There's spots to hit.
Atlanta, you can get up multiple times a night.
That's like New York.
Yeah, I love it. That's why I'm still here, though. I was just in New York this past weekend with actually Mary Lindsay.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you like, this is the question, how does East Coast comedy rooms differ from Southern rooms or West Coast rooms?
What I found is if it's real, then you'll connect with the audience no matter where it is.
Yeah.
Like I have found that any joke I have to tailor to a certain audience, I get rid of.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
Yeah.
I do the same shit. In fact, the Jewish Council for, the Museum of Tolerance. I do the same.
I don't even know what that is, but
it's
all right.
a place in L.A.
Who
it really
books
is.
that? Does that pay well?
No, it's a museum.
I was like, is that a paid gig? I'll get in that.
But the point being, even those depressed museum people, I would perform in front of, and they would have a ball.
Yeah, that's been my goal, though, to perform in a church that I could say in a nightclub that I could say in a comedy club. Just
okay, I performed in a church.
Everywhere. You did your
Me
special
and Margaret
at a church.
Cho.
Yeah.
Used to perform at the Noe Valley Ministry in San Francisco. They did comedy in the church. No drinks, though.
No communion in the church?
No, who needs a Dixie cup when you're listening to comedy? You want to, give me the bottle.
Well, we're approaching our 15 minutes here. So this is like a comedy mastery show. So any other...
I get to keep the microphone as a consolation prize?
You can keep
beautiful.
this water, though. That's your water.
Did you drink out of it?
No, that's hot breath water. That's our branded
put
water.
Your hot breath in it, and I might keep it.
That's how the gristle got knocked out,
Stop
remember?
it. You ain't knocking out no gristle. Shit, fuck out of here.
No, I'm not going to get caught up.
Well, tell your friends out in Hot Breath Land that hey, friends out in Hot Breath Land, if you want to keep up with me, you can catch me on my Instagram at Luenell, at LUENELL, or my Facebook, The Official Luenell. I'm sure you know how to spell official. I'm high right now and I don't. Or you can also catch me on my website at heyluenell.com, HEYLUENELL.com. And if you'd like to sign up for my late night mentorship program for young gentlemen between the ages of 24 and 47, please hit me on my Instagram, slide into my DMs, and send a picture from the neck up. Thank you.
And are you going to open up that foot fetish website this year?
You know, I really,
is that
wish
something
my
they can look out
manager
for?
was in here. It's a victimless crime. Come on. I'm missing so much money. If you can hear the people in my DMs, they know I have amazing feet. Although I did have an accident in New York, and I cut my fucking toe wide open.
Man.
So I now have a flaw on otherwise flawless feet. You see, I ain't got no corns. I ain't got no bunnies. Look at those. Don't you just
What's the weirdest thing someone said in the DM about your feet?
Said or did?
Or done. I mean, what's the...
No, well, I cannot share this information on the basis of it might incriminate me, and that's all I can say about that. But
All right. Well, Hot Breath Verse. We just had Luenell on here breaking down the craft, the business side. Look into the camera, please, and let comics know why they should be listening to this.
You should be listening to the Hot Breath podcast because, number one, the host is very informative and asks good, pertinent questions because you can learn something if you shut the fuck up and watch for a minute with your ADD millennial asses. And because I'm on here and we're trying to keep it 100, and he had the foresight to come and interview me, and I'm just trying to keep it real and help you. Auntie don't mean no harm, but if you suck, get out the way, please.
Luenell, thanks for being on Hot Breath.
Just saying.
Man, just saying, if you suck, get out the way.
Yeah, come on, go get a job.
Awesome. Great interview. Thank you, Luenell.
I'm real encouraging to the kiddies, right?
I
Fuck out of the way, loser! You're a fucking loser!
mean, they're clogging up the mics, you know? I mean, they're kind of clogging it up.
Thank you so much.
Was great.
You got a card of ours. Get one from Chris or Bill,
Okay, absolutely.
so that you will know where to send the link to and everything. I support this thing.
I appreciate
So nobody
that.
really asks. Nobody. They don't ask us the right shit.
Exactly.
Takes a comic to ask a comic the right shit.
That's why I'm doing it. No one else is doing it.
Aw.